film paints Graham as a very complex individual. Did you ever really understand him during your time in Python?
No, I don't think I did, actually. I think he didn't understand himself, really. I think he was looking for who he was. You know, he found himself as a homosexual, but then I think, you know, David Sherlock says that actually he would have probably gone straight in the end. You know, he found himself as an alcoholic. He styled himself as an alcoholic, but then he gave up alcohol just like that. I think he was in search of whoever he was.
Did this film illuminate any aspects of his character you perhaps hadn't seen before?
Well, no, I think it's only seeing this film that it strikes me that that's what he was doing. He was trying to find himself.
Absolutely. And Michael, I'm going to head off the inevitable question at the pass. Doing this film with Terry in the booth, doing all these voices, and John's involved and Terry Gilliam's involved, is this as close to a Python reunion as we're going to get?
Well, it is in strange. We're all reunited in different parts of the world, really, very odd. It's a bit of a homage to Gray, because he was remarkable. And I remember before we even did Python, Terry and I had watched at last the 1948 show, and which John Cleese and Graham Chapman and Tim Brooke Taylor, Marty Feldman and others did, and were really impressed by Graham's sort of stillness, the fact he didn't really seem to act very hard, and he was absolutely sort of, your eye was drawn to him, because he just was there. And that's rather the way Graham was, generally.
Yeah, I think so, because the first time I ever saw him was at Wyndham's Theatre when they were doing Cambridge Circus. And we were doing another review in the Oxford Review. It was called Four Asterisks. It didn't have a name. It was called. We called it. And
it would be called Fuck now.
Yeah. But I went into the Wyndham's Theatre where they were doing a matinee. The Cambridge Circus were doing a matinee, and I couldn't take my eyes off Graham because I could see what everybody else was doing. They were being funny, you know. They were acting, and Bill Oddie and Tim Brooke Taylor and John Cleese were being funny. But Graham looked like he'd walked in off the street and was just surprised to be there. And I think that made him our lead actor, and that's why we cast him in as Arthur in The Holy Grail, and as Brian in The Life of Brian, because he was our lead performer, and he was just himself on screen.
He was bloody good.